Hello and welcome to my training Zoom room. My name is Pandora and I want to show you how to group your data together by the date. So I did a different date session where we had this, where I summarized by finding the very first, the minimum date, the very last, the maximum date, and the count to be able to find out how many times these were checked on. I want you to see that my study went from January 1st, 2018 to December 24th, 2019. It may not make sense to have it down here, but it's just something to be aware of, that my study went across 2 years. I'm going to clear the pivot table. And again, I can just uncheck the boxes, or from Analyze, I can say clear, clear all. So I'm in the file called Kangaroo Rats, and I'm inside a blank pivot table next to my data. And I want to be able to see the average weight for each rat. Rats, weights, heavy rats, right? We're going to come in here and change these value field settings to be an average with 0 decimals, because that's how the data shows. And okay. I'm even going to abbreviate this AVGWGT. All right, simple pivot table, average weight of each rat. Now I'd like to break it out by the date. Okay, so I want to see what their average weight was on every single day. Now again, when we're building a pivot table, if you're not sure where you're going yet, it's better to think portrait over landscape. So do I have more days or more rats? More days. So really the rats should be at the top and the days will go down the side. I want to bring the date into the rows, and it does a weird thing for me. It grouped them all together for me. See the little expand buttons? Let me open this up. And it's added new categories. I now have years and quarters as well. I didn't want that. I wanted every single day. Well, it grouped it, but you don't have to live with the group. Right click on it, and I can tell it to ungroup, and everybody comes back. Oh, this is awful. No wonder Excel wanted to group it. What's going on here? Well, I hired 4 different grad students who came in whenever they felt like it, and I just kind of have this randomness. Let me turn off my field headers. I'm turning off this row label, column label, field headers, just so it's a little cleaner. No, that's just chaos. Excel was right. We should have grouped this by month. So again, I'm going to right click on one of the days, and I'm going to tell it to group by month. Now, if your pivot table will not let you group, that must mean that something in here in your dates is not a true date value. So you'll need to go through your date, try turning on a filter, and you'll be able to see a list of the unique values, and it will show you the ones that are wrong. But what I want is to group by month and say, okay, so now I have the average weight for each rat for each month. I showed you at the very beginning, this study went across 2 years. And what's going on here? I am seeing all the Januaries and all the Februaries lumped together. So I do need a year category as well. Let me right click and look at the group and just click on years. You don't need the shift key. So I'm doing months and years, and I'm going to click OK. So there's my 2018 numbers. There's my 2019 numbers. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And again, remember, the blanks just mean that they weren't measured on that day or that month. Okay. Now, it doesn't really matter to me about the rats. This is getting a bit busy. So maybe if we just want an average of all of the rats across the whole study. So let's take the rats out. And we want more down the side, less across the top. So I'm moving my years into my columns. Fewer years than months. Look how pretty that is, right? So this is telling me the average weight for all the rats in the study by month and by year. And I have a pivot table set up like this at home, where every time I get gas, I go in and I put in my mileage and how many gallons I put in, and I can tell that I'm past due for a new car. Okay, don't look at me like that. There are reasons, right? There are reasons to go through and play with this and that are helpful. And you've got to find reasons to do it, because there's a learning curve to building pivot tables, and it takes a little bit of time. Be patient with yourself, find reasons to do it, because once you get this, it just opens up so much. These are amazing. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.